Hi, welcome along. This is Jeff Goodwin and another watercolour painting, very simple one this time. As you can see, it's just a little house there, some trees in the background, our sky in the foreground, real simple. So I'm using a bit of a wider brush here just to wet the paper. It's just an ordinary 10-cent brush, which you can just about pick up anywhere, soft bristles. Yeah, I'm just fixing up some areas just to bring the water down into the trees and around that little house. This is a cobalt blue that I'm using here. This is by Art Spectrum, the cobalt blue. All the colours are by Art Spectrum. So I'm using, it's called the light red, but it looks more like a, I don't know, a raw sienna or something like that, but it's not. It says it's a light red. You can see the red there in that heavier area that I just put on. And we'll get some yellow ochre in now. Oh, we already have put the yellow ochre on, sorry. So cobalt blue, that light red, and the yellow ochre. I'm just moving the paper around so the colours blend. That's what I'm left with. I don't mind that, so I'll work with that and we'll put the trees in next. So we're working from the sky, the background, and then we'll go into the foreground, then we'll come back and do the house. So this is olive green. And we'll just do some of these trees here in the background. You can see them penciled in there. Being careful not to encroach into where I've drawn that house. Still putting some trees here around the house. Sort of in the background, the house is in front of those trees. It's that light red I was telling you about. Looks more like I don't know, raw sienna or something like that. Or a burgundy, really. They call it light red, that's Art Spectrum. I'm mixing it in, as you can see, with a little bit of olive green. And we're starting the foreground. You can see I'm leaving some white gaps in there because I want to give the impression of some distance there, and I'm just leaving some white areas in there. Yellow ochre, which I'm applying there just underneath. Some dark leaf green there. Mixing up some dark leaf green. This is for the foreground. I'm going to have to go a bit stronger on there. Just a few bits of green in the mid-ground area. And we'll put the impression of some little bushes in there too. Little bushes there now. See the paper's dried, and you can see how much the paint fades back after drying. So we're putting some little bushes in there now, just to give a little bit of interest in the foreground, just something else there. If you don't like having bushes in the foreground, you don't have to put them in. It's up to you how you feel. I just want to smooth off the bottom of that of those bushes there as well, so we'll do that in a minute. Working on the house here. Using a raw sienna. And then over that, I will eventually put a little bit of burgundy. And you'll see that on the final reveal the burgundy on the house. Just a light wash of burgundy I'll put over that colour that I just put on the house. But we'll do that later. Just a little bit of burnt umber. Sorry, that's still some raw sienna there, but I'll put some burnt umber under the eave in a minute. Here we go with the burnt umber. Still have to paint in a tree on the left hand side. I penciled it in, but I think I'll make the tree a bit taller than what I've penciled in there. So here comes the tree. Might be able to see the original pencil lines while I'm making this tree a lot taller. And I'll put some grass down at the base of that tree just to blend it in with the ground. You'll see that later on as well. Or I'm not going to put any foliage on this tree. Oh, I dropped my brush. Now I've got marks on there, so I'll have to fix that up. And I'm going to, when I finish this tree, I think those marks that I made by dropping my brush on the sky, I'll turn them into birds. So if you do something like that, like I did, stupidly, think how you can work it into the painting. I'm doing that by turning this into birds. Here we go, that's one mark, so we'll just bring it into a bird, a couple of birds. Might put a bird over to the right hand side just a little bit. Not too far, just off centre just a bit there. Yeah, that'll do. So if you make a mistake like I did, just try to think of a way to fix it up if you can. Sometimes it can happen, you can drop your brush. Well, we're nearly finished. Look out for that grass at the base of the tree that we painted in, because the tree looks plonked there and we need to blend it into the ground. Putting my signature in here. Peel away the masking tape. A little bit of foliage around the house there. I've decided to put a bit more around there. A little bit of shadow with the house as well. Putting a little bit of grass in the foreground, just a little bit more definition, that's all. We won't go overboard with that. You can see I've just put some grass at the base of that tree as well. There it is. Hope you like that. Just a very simple watercolour painting. And you can see I put a tiny bit of burgundy over that house. Some grass at the base of that tree. Some birds flying off there. Looks like they've just taken off from the tree. Thank you for watching. Another watercolour very soon. Bye for now.